Hello, I'm here to do lesson 14.2 with you. Okay, before we get started, we need to go over some vocab. So, I'm going to be taking some notes on some important vocabulary words. All right, our first word is line. We talked about lines in lesson 14.1, so this is kind of a continuation of what we already talked about. So a line is straight and it goes on in both directions forever. So it will signify this by having these little arrows here. Okay? The second one we're going to talk about is a line segment. It's a little bit different than a line because it does have ending points. We talked about points in our other lesson too. So a line segment has the two dots on the end. Lines have two arrows on the ends. What if you have a dot and an arrow? That's our next one. It's called a ray. A dot and then it goes off forever in one direction. If we were in class, I would make a joke about a person in one direction named Ray. Something like that. But that's honestly how I remember it. Ray is a person in one direction because they go on in one direction. Okay, next word is right angle. Right angle makes a perfect L. Like that. And it'll always be a little square there. It's like a perfect corner. The corner of the chalkboard, corner of the whiteboard, the corner of my paper, that's a right angle because it's like a perfect L. And right angles are also 90 degrees. We're going to be measuring angles in the future lessons, so that's one to remember, 90 degrees. Your next word is acute, or words acute angle. Now, if it's a perfect corner, it's a right angle. But if you were to take that perfect corner and squish it down smaller, it turns into acute. See, if you were to measure it, it's not a right angle, it got smaller, so it's called acute. I think of it like a cute little angle. So acute angles are less than 90 degrees. So anywhere from 0 to 89 is an acute angle. Now, sometimes you have that right angle and you open it wider. That's called obtuse. I think of obtuse angles. I remember them because like obtuse is open, like open, obtuse. And obtuse angles are big and open. And they are more than 90 degrees. Okay, your next word that we're going to go over is a straight angle. That one's really easy. It's literally just you have your point. It's a straight line with a point in the middle. That's a straight angle. Okay, so then your assignment, whoops, I didn't mean to go back on me, is page 769. We're going to go over a couple of them together. Now, looking at number one. Number one has sorry guys, two dots and a straight line in the middle. So if we look back at our notes, which one was two dots with a straight line in the middle? Line segment. Okay. Number two, it's an angle, and it's got that little square there. Look back at your notes. Which ones has that little square there? Right angle. Here's my favorite one. It's the dot, the point, and it's going on forever in one direction. That means it's ray. Number 4, we have an angle. Right angle is this big. This one got, where's my hand? This one got squished down a little bit. So when it's smaller than a right angle, it's just a cute little angle. Acute. There's Snyder. Okay, moving on. Number 5, what geometric term describes a line that has only one endpoint? So think of the line. Go back to your notes. Which one is the line with only one endpoint? There's the line. There it is with 2 endpoints, 1 endpoint. Ray. This lesson's a lot of vocabulary. What geometric term describes a line that has 2 endpoints? You see why we started with the vocab? 2 endpoints. There's the one that has 2 endpoints. It is line segment. Okay? Number 7, which geometric term describes 2 edges that form a square corner? So remember we talked about this one, a square corner? That was the right angle. This lesson is mostly going over vocab. So once you get the vocab down, you're pretty good with this lesson. The rest of them are asking you to identify them some more. If you need to take notes like I did, you can, or I can just upload a picture of my notes. But that's pretty much all you're doing for this. If you have questions on these, let me know. I don't want these videos to get too long, but try and get the vocab down. Once you get the vocab down, then it becomes a pretty easy lesson. And keep your notes because it could help you for the future lessons too.